Having self-worth and self-respect will save you from a lot of trouble. And a question was asked, and a lady that is now confused about whether she should go back to her ex or not asked a question. The person she's asking about is a person that used to cheat on her. He used to neglect her and her children. He literally used to despise her, and now he just got married to someone else. Now let me rephrase her question and then I'll answer, okay? So she says that she met the guy, and that time he was out of the country and living abroad, and when he came into the country they met for 2 weeks. I don't know what happened in those 2 weeks, but after that the guy came back because he couldn't live abroad anymore. He came back, they quickly did a wedding and started living together. Okay, for me, in that short summary of what I just said, there is a lot to unpack. Okay, now they went ahead and got married. This guy was a cheat. He used to cheat. He used to literally come home, and they had sexually transmitted diseases in the marriage. In the marriage, most of the time they were not talking to each other, and when they got children, the guy was literally not providing child support. He could not afford to look after his family. Most of the time the lady was the one taking care of everything, and the guy would literally sleep out most of the days. He would come back in the morning. Sometimes thieves would even break into their home and come in, and they were scared, and they were like, literally she was begging the guy, can you come home because we are scared. He was not taking care of the home. He has no job. He gets jobs because he had no favor on him. He would lose the jobs. Eventually the lady got tired, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna leave this place and go away because the landlord is asking for rent, we can't afford it, and you're not contributing, yet you're being unfaithful. I'm tired of this, we are not communicating. So she left with the kids, and the guy stayed, but he was kicked out because he couldn't pay for the rent. After that, the lady moved on, and she started living with her kids, but the family of the guy that used to love her eventually started hating her because they told her to take the kids to a certain camp and she didn't take them, okay? And so they stopped loving her, and that hurt her feelings, okay? But the guy was mad before because they used to love his ex. They had a net officially divorced. Even up to now, they have a net officially divorced, but they're telling her, can you divorce the guy and leave him alone? Because this guy sometimes goes back to the wife because the kids are crying, they want to see their dad, but the guy moved on and he found someone else. And right now, the guy just wedded a new person, a new wife. He is officially married to someone else. But remember, he didn't get a divorce. But now, this lady has been heartbroken. She's devastated. She still loves the guy because the guy sometimes comes back and plays on her feelings. And she feels like maybe there is a connection. And then he asks him, do you want us to get back together? And he's like, no, I moved on. I have a new person, but he's sending the wrong signals. That is still her question. And now from there, the lady is wondering. She's like, sometimes she prays for the guy to come back, and then other times she's like, Lord, can you take him away? She's confused. But she asked in a group where I am, she's like, guys, I'm confused. Do you think I should keep praying for this guy and hoping that he will come back for us to be happy together? Because I still have feelings for him. And I hope that one time he will see that I'm a good person. I don't date other guys. And I hope he will change and come back to me. Can I continue praying for him? And after that is, in summary, the question, what she asked. She still loves the guy. She has feelings for him. He's playing on her feelings. And she's wondering if they can still be together. Okay. Now, when I look at that whole situation, there are way too many red flags. But now let me blow your mind and how how the people that other women were answering her question. I wish there was a man that stood up to answer her question. But I guess boys are boys, they have their back. So the ladies that stood up to answer her so far, they said, oh, you know what? You should keep praying. Don't let the enemy steal your blessing. Don't let the enemy steal your marriage. That sounds really amazing. Don't give up. Pray the Lord changes people. And as I listened to those questions and how everyone was encouraging her, I couldn't help but feel so sad for the lady they're giving advice. Even I got scared of answering her, because I'm like, if I answer and give my opinion here, everyone's mind is gonna be blown. But I want you to sit with what I just said and let me know, how would you advise this person before I give my own opinion, because everyone has their opinion. Okay, how would you advise such a person? Should she continue praying and hoping for her ex-husband, who is now married to a new bride? He is in a new relationship. He has married someone else in church, and yet he has not divorced his ex-wife, his wife, not even ex, the mother of his children. To me, that made me feel a certain way. I was like, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we need to have self-value and self-respect. Having self-value and self-respect can save you from a lot of trouble. I feel like there is so much to unpack, but for me, I feel like that kind of situation I cannot handle, I cannot manage, but all I can say is that there's a lot of healing that needs to take place for the lady, first of all. And for me, if she was my sister, point blank period, I would tell her, please leave that guy, never talk to him again, because you deserve better. And that is not the kind of person you should be praying for, because if someone is not ready to be accountable to stay in a relationship, you have no business to force him to stay, because he clearly showed you when you were with him. First of all, you didn't get to know him before you decided to go into a relationship with him. You all met for 2 weeks, and after that, when he came back from abroad, you decided to get married to someone you don't know. He was probably maybe using you for his emotional whatever. I don't know what happened, but I feel like the guy was using the lady, because when the guy came from abroad, first of all, guys that live abroad look very attractive to people that are in the country. So I don't know if the lady thought, oh, this guy, maybe he's going to take me abroad to the America. But unfortunately, the guy was deported and came back, but he wasn't open. So he's a liar. And me personally, I don't deal with liars. If you were a liar, I literally completely cut you off. Okay? So he wasn't open. And then I feel like when they started the relationship, they did not start it on a firm ground, on a godly. They did. I feel like the guy when they met the first 2 weeks, he probably seduced the lady with his charms. Oh, I'm abroad, I'm gonna miss you, and they slept. And I feel like that is not a firm foundation to start a relationship. You can't be sleeping with someone that you just met in 2 weeks. I'm not saying they did it, but I feel like that's what happened. Because if a guy is busy cheating on you, he is so loose, and it is crazy. And I'm wondering if those guys had premarital counseling. I wonder if they had marital counseling. I wonder if when that guy got deported and came back and rushed into having a marriage, he first dealt with his own emotions of whatever happened, because he did not come back to the country for his own, at his own will. He was forced. So I feel like he used the lady for his mental stability at that time. And once he has now put down his foot, you know, guys, when they have someone and they use the lady, once they get back to their feet, they cannot respect that person. Many times, 9 out of 10 times. So I feel like the guy used her, and now she is attached to him because she there is a soul tie, because two become one when they consummate the marriage. So now she's attached to him and she feels like that is love, but you crave for whatever you are attached to. A soul tie is going to make you feel like you're in love. Even lust feels like love. Okay, so for me, what I would advise the lady is to literally seek healing and go for therapy and watch some good relationship content and get a bigger view of what love and a marriage should be about. I'm starting to feel like a lot of people desire to be married, but they don't know nothing about marriage. Just like me, I didn't know nothing about a godly relationship. I didn't know nothing about being intentional. When you meet someone and you want to marry them, they have to be committed. They have to know what they're getting into. A lot of people get into marriage because that is like the epitome of, adulthood. You want to have companionship, you want to start a family, but a lot of people are not trained or they're not intentional of what they're about to get into. So they get in there and they have no idea what they got into, and now they're confused. Okay, so ladies, let's not be too desperate. I know we've been trained since we were young that we should get married, but unfortunately a lot of guys are not trained, or they're not even intentional of what it entails to be a husband, to be a father. They literally just go in there excited to sleep with someone, excited to have someone do their laundry and take care of them, but they have no idea what they're getting into. And a lot of Christians, just because someone is Christian doesn't mean they are doing things God's way. Because I'm still saying no, because I got convicted of this before I became Christian. I got convicted of the fact that you can't be sleeping around and think your life is going to work. Literally, sleeping around is one of the biggest open doors for the enemy to come in your life and take away and put you in chains and keep you in poverty and take away your favor. Because when these guys were married, the guy was literally sleeping out, cheating, and the wife knew it, and he was bringing STDs into the family, and she knew it, and she continued to sleep with him. Duh. If you're sleeping around, you don't come back to me. What is wrong with people? How do you know? How can you find out? It is so sad. That's why it's good to have self-worth, self-respect. Because when I find out that you're sleeping with someone else, like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? No, I don't want you anymore. Me, no matter how much I love you, I will detach from you. I will literally detach, no matter how painful it is. You can't be sleeping around, bringing me STDs, and I'm there, still crying for you, praying for you. Are you kidding me? First of all, you're violating the marital covenant, and now you're bringing me STDs, and you still want me to pray for you? There is no favor in the home because you keep messing with the covenant. You don't respect the covenant of marriage. Because the covenant of marriage has to be honored in order for the Lord to bring favor into the family. And yet a lot of people that are ignorant, that say are Christian, but they're not living for the Lord, especially men, even some women cheat. They literally come and bring problems instead of favor. Because if you're violating the covenant, you're not respecting your wife. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, obtains favor from the Lord, but that is a conditional statement. You have to honor your wife, you have to love her, you have to respect her, you have to take care of her, you have to honor the covenant. You can't be sleeping around like that. Of course you're going to be broke, of course the family is not going to work, of course you all are going to be unhappy. But honestly, I know when I was young, people used to say that when I was still in my 20s, oh, you need someone, a lady or whoever needs to get married when they're still in their 20s, because once you get into your 30s, right now I'm in my 30s, once you get into your 30s, you will be desperate because you will be wanting to be married, and then by that time it's going to be late. I beg to differ. I actually used to be desperate, very desperate, when I was in my 20s. Once I became 30, I was like, well, whatever I was rushing to get into didn't happen, so I might as well take my time and get to know myself better and get to know what I want, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Sometimes whatever things seems like it's you being denied could be the best thing that ever happened to you. Ladies, please, if you land on this humble message, please don't be desperate. Don't be desperate. Don't make your life resolve around being married. It's beautiful. Me too, I want to get married, but God forbid, I will not sleep with anyone that's not my husband. I will not get into a relationship with a man who is not intentional about being a husband, who is not ready to be faithful. I will not get married to someone who is not ready to be accountable, who is not ready to make it work. I will not get into a marriage with a man who doesn't even understand that marital covenant, you have to respect it. You can't sneak around. No, I can't allow to sleep with someone that is giving out himself like that. Because the easiest way, I'm going to repeat this, to get cursed, to get destroyed, to open a door for the enemy to come into your life is to give out yourself to other people. To be intimate with other people. How can you be married and then you go sleep around like that? You didn't honor yourself. How do you expect the Lord to bless you? No, if a guy is not ready, if he's not convicted and he doesn't know that I don't want him, I can't be worried that, oh, someone is going to go and sleep with other women. Then you're not ready. You're not ready. You have to control that desire. Honestly, if someone cannot control themselves like that, they're not ready. They are not ready. They are not ready for marriage. Ladies, please don't rush. Take your time. Take your time, please. I don't know if the person that asked that question will ever hear this message, but my sister, please, leave that man. He is not ready. Let him go marry whoever. I've seen this many times in my life. I come from a broken family, and many people I've seen around me, they have been in disastrous relationships. And me, I think even subconsciously when I was young, I said to myself, I'm not part of that. I can't handle that. I cannot handle to be in a relationship with a person that is disrespectful, a man that is not a leader, a man that is not present, who is going to be cheating around, sleeping around. I can't. No. I can't do that. It's too tiresome. I've seen ladies that are head of the family, that are the ones providing. No. No. Ladies, please, I'm begging you, have self-worth and self-respect. So for the lady that asked that question, please leave that guy. Let him go. Let him go. You deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve, in fact, a man that will be praying and will be eager to be with you, will honor you, will treasure you, will even take on your children. Yep, that's right. Alright, if you found this video interesting, I'm going to link a playlist of other inspiring and motivating videos I've done before. I'll see you in the next video.